And welcome back into another episode of Game Recognized Game. It's actually episode 2, man. We
Getting
already got
started.
5. Yeah, we getting started, man. We already got 5 viewers in the chat. Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all
Oh
for
God.
tuning in on this nice Friday night. Y'all get in the comment section. Let us know who in here. Man, we got a jam-packed episode today. Like we might be
Got a
here
little bit of
for
everything to talk about today.
I was about to say we might be here for a little second. I think last time we was at what like an hour and 10,
Yeah, it was about an hour 10.
hour 10. So I think this time we're gonna be here probably a little longer than that. But let's get right into it, man. How you feeling, my boy? How you feeling?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited for the episode. You know what I'm saying? Some of the talking points we got going on, but I'm feeling good. What about you over there? My boy rocking the Yankee hat. That bit's tough too. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man. Chill. You
My fault,
yeah,
my
yeah,
fault, my
yeah,
fault.
yeah, yeah. Nah, you cool. Nah, man, Yankees hat, man. I got like 30 but you know, keep it chill. We'll see how many times I don't have to wear 2 hats. Let's see how many episodes we can go like that. Starting off quick though, man. Starting off quick. We gonna go. Let's go Thursday night football recap first. Can you hear me? You good? Oh, we got an
Yeah,
echo.
we can Dolphins.
Yeah. Thursday night football recap first, man. Bills won 31-21. Josh Allen was 22 for 28, 213 yards, 3 tuds. James Cook 108 yards with a tud. Obviously, if you're a betting man, you knew that was going to happen. What we didn't expect was that Tua actually played decent. Tua actually played pretty well for the
The
most part.
Dolphins in general, I would
Yeah,
say they definitely
yeah.
gave a better performance than we were expecting because most of us
We,
had
I,
a
yeah. What
blowout.
was your prediction? What was your
I had
prediction
them
again?
like 31-10. I think that's what I had the game
Yeah, I
as.
think I had like 38-13 or something crazy like that. Obviously, it didn't happen. And honestly, we probably should have knew that wasn't going to happen. It's a
Division games are
divisional game. I think we overlooked the fact that it was a divisional game, but it's all good. Nonetheless, Tua played decent for most of the night until he folded at the end. He was 22 for 34, 146 yards, 1 tud, and 1 interception. But that 1 interception, Tua, it was
it,
bad.
it, it's funny, right? Because like I was saying last game, I picked the Dolphins as the worst 0-2 team, and it's not even a knock at them because they have talent on the roster. It's just I don't think the camaraderie is there, and that doesn't help them. And then also Tua just can't protect the football right now. That's 3 games in a row with at least 1 turnover. Like
In
you're
2 games in
you're
a row in like the last few minutes of the game where he had a chance and he threw
I'm
that
saying.
joint. Yeah, he threw a
So
bad
I'm
one.
like, how can you win football games if we can't protect the football? We're not forcing turnovers and we're giving the ball away. That's a recipe for disaster. They're
Yeah.
gonna have to figure it out. And it's just the way what we see right now on the field is crazy because he's owed over the next 3-4 years a crazy amount of money.
We're gonna
A
get there. We're
crazy
gonna get
amount of
there.
money for that?
Yeah, we're gonna get
For
there. We're gonna
that?
get there.
That's wild.
Man, I just think it's one of those things where the moment got too big, the lights was too bright. First of all, it's hard for anybody to win up in Orchard Park. I think the biggest problem right now is though, it's a lot of hot seats over there. Like Mike McDaniel is definitely in a hot seat right now. But then you looking at it, and the question I have is, has Mike McDaniel restarted his time clock? Because here's what I saw. What I saw was a team rejuvenated, revitalized, looked like they was ready to play. Mike McDaniel called a hell of a game. Mike McDaniel called a great game. And Tua folded in the last minute. And I think what happens is when things like that happen, I think it gets interesting because, as a coach, there's only but so much you can do. You can't go out there and be the quarterback. So if I'm Mike McDaniels, I'm looking at the front office like, hey, I put them in position. I had them ready to go. You saw them. They was ready to go. They was ready for a divisional opponent. They gave us a great Thursday night football game. And my quarterback, who you just signed to a 4-year, $212 million contract in 2024, he fumbled. Not literally. He threw an interception actually, but he fumbled the bag. We had it. We was ready. We was driving. It's and it ain't the first time it's happened. It ain't the first time it's happened. So if I'm Mike McDaniel, I'm asking for my time clock to be restarted because I thought, by week 4, if they were 0-4 at week 4, I thought that this would look bad for them. It would look bad for Mike McDaniel. But that game last night, I think it gives him an extra 2-3 game cushion to turn it around because that's not his fault. And in the front office may or may not give him that extension. But what do you believe?
I would argue on the fact that what if they tell him you chose Tua, right? Like, and in hindsight, also, he wasn't necessarily the one that chose Tua. The front office did choose Tua as well. Flores was there, and he said he ain't want Tua, and we all know how that situation went down. So now it's like, I do believe Tua was a good option before the concussions. That span of concussions in that short period of time has an effect when you play the quarterback position. We're talking about head injuries. I feel like the mind is what you truly need to excel at the quarterback position in the NFL. And I think with concussions, although I'm not no doctor, so obviously it's opinionated, but I feel like his processing is a step slower than what it usually has been. When they were winning football games and even made the playoffs that year, he looked great. I thought he did a real world job, but like now you can kind of see the drop off, and it doesn't help. They can't get explosive plays. Like you have Tyreek Hill, you have Jalen Waddle, but we can't get the ball to him downfield. I think that's the missing part of their offense. And even with the ball through the Tyreek down the field, and we can argue if Tyreek was a little scared. Like he went up and tried to catch it, but it's like, we're paying you all this money, bro. You need those receptions, and you need to help your quarterback out, especially when we know he's struggling. So it's an interesting dynamic. And now I've seen a report saying Hill getting like foot surgery or something like that coming up, or I'm gonna have to double check that. But it's a lot of stuff going on in Miami, and this sucks because I think the roster is there. It's just not clicking, and sometimes you got to hit the reset button.
Yeah, so with that, we can get into the contract thing. Let's get to the contract thing, and then we'll come back to Tyreek Hill because we got to talk about Tyreek Hill too, because there were some interesting things that happened last night, but we'll come back to him. So he signed in 2024. Tua signed in 2024 for 4 years, $212 million, $39 million. His cap hit is $39 million this year, $56 million next year. Essentially he's on there. Essentially Miami is on the hook for $106 million for the 2025 and 2026 season combined. And the problem is that he's on a rolling guaranteed structured contract, meaning every year that he's there, it just keeps going. It just keeps going. They just keep renewing his contract every year for 2 years. And so essentially they're on the hook for this. And it's kind of like a lot of people compared it to the Russell Wilson situation where they said Miami should just get rid of him and draft somebody and we'll get to college football. But I'm not sure, first of all, that there's anybody, Yeah, I'm not
take the chance in this draft class.
Exactly.
So that brings up the question we'll get into when we also talk about his contract, because it's like, say they don't start winning, right? Say they go 0-6, 0-7, and they decide to fire McDaniels. At what point do you consider trying to trade Tua or trying to get off that contract? Because at the end of the day, I understand with the money he's owed is going to be hard, and like what team is going to want to pay him 50, 60 million a year? Because he probably wouldn't have got the contract to begin with from me. I feel like he hasn't necessarily quote unquote earned it. I get the theory of trying to like pay your best guys earlier, but it's like a risk reward kind of situation. I don't think they're receiving any reward right now onto a contract. And to make it worse, is just when you're not winning, which means you need to improve your roster at some point. How are you going to improve your roster when one player on your roster is making 50, 60 million a year?
Yeah.
It just makes it hard.
So I think it's difficult, man. And a lot of people, the better comparison, while a lot of people compared it to the Russ situation, and obviously, like we was just saying, I don't know that there's even a Michael Penix in this year's draft class of quarterbacks, but lo and behold, the problem is it's more comparable to the Kirk Cousins situation in the fact that you can't really get rid of him because nobody else is gonna want him, and then you can't get rid of him because nobody else is gonna want him, and then if there's not a draft pick that you like, you don't have a choice but to keep him. And if there is a draft pick that you like that just flies on your radar, come I don't know, January, you still have to keep him, and he's still on the hook for that 106 mil combined over the next 2 years. So he'll just be, again, he'll break the record for the richest backup quarterback ever, which is a record that now Kirk Cousins hold. But the problem is you might as well just keep him on your books. You might as well just keep him on your books because it's a dead cap hit. But it makes no sense. He's a serviceable quarterback. So it makes no sense to get rid of him. You might as well just keep him at this point.
I can't. It's interesting, right? Because, like you say, they're not going to be able to probably offset him to somebody else, right? Like,
no, nobody's going to take it.
No chance is going to happen. But I'm thinking, like, in my opinion, like I always used to say with the Browns, like I would cut Deshaun Watson and I would just take the dead cap. Like sometimes I feel like you have to accept when you mess up. Like players F up. Like that's just what it is. Sometimes you got to be real enough as a GM to be like, you know what? We tried this out. We thought it was going to work, but it didn't. And it's okay. But like it makes it harder when you owe somebody 60 mil, you know what I'm saying, 106 or whatever it is over the next 2 years. It makes it harder. I just think I don't know where his future stands if McDaniels get fired. It's going to be interesting to see kind of what the Dolphins' future look like in general, because I think they have a team full of trade candidates. If they don't win games, if McDaniels gets fired, I do believe they start.
Oh, you can tear that joint down and get something in return. You can go and get mad picks in return if you tear that joint down.
You got two good pass rushers with Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips. They got Matt Judon over there too, I believe. They got a few good pass rushers over there. You got Minka in the secondary. We go on offense. We got Waddle. You know what I'm saying? We got A-Chain. We got Hill. Like, they have talent on the roster. It's just
the only thing I would keep is Ollie Gordon, only because it's his rookie year. And only because it's his rookie year. Listen, if you can run the ball, you can make something happen. If you can run the ball, you can make something happen. Okay, now let's stay with Miami. Let's get to Tyreek Hill. This is interesting because listen, I hate when people make me defend people that I don't want to defend. There is not a single bone in my body that wants to be defending Tyreek Hill right now. But Prime Video and Thursday Night Football, the producers over there, whoever the hell is over there, they're insane, they're crazy, and Tyreek Hill should sue for defamation of character. The way that they was just throwing that joint out there. First and 10, Devon A-Chain runs the ball. Yeah, guys, let me remind you that Tyreek Hill right now, while in the midst of his divorce, his wife is also alleging that he beat on her in their short marriage. Like, it was just ridiculous the way that they were doing it. They come back from commercial break. Yeah, guys, let me remind you that Tyreek Hill beat on his wife, allegedly. Like, how many times are you going to do it? How many times are you going to say it? I think it was like 3-4 times that they did it. And one of them was just coming out of commercial break, and they just had Tyreek Hill just sitting on the bench. They just had him sitting on the bench. He was sitting over there chilling, and they was like, "Yeah, guys, let's remind you that Tyreek Hill did this, that, and the third." And it was just like, "Yo, why are y'all doing this?" Like, I feel like, to me, it would be different if this isn't week 3. You know what I'm saying? If there was, if they had been to court, if there were things that have come of this that say
like
now
recently developed news with this.
Yeah, this came out a couple weeks ago. Yeah, this came out a couple weeks ago. We had heard about it. You know what I'm saying? The reports had come out. Now let's be clear. Let's be clear that can't nobody say that this did or didn't happen. We weren't there. And Tyreek Hill was found guilty of domestic violence in 2015. We do know that. So I do understand that it is a talking point and that it does have to be talked about. I think it was the way that they went about it and how the amount of times that they spoke on it to me was just crazy. And it was just like, yo, at this point, like y'all are trying to find him guilty on a Thursday Night Football Prime Video broadcast. This is crazy. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on that. We're not gonna harp on it too long, but I did
no,
want
for
to
sure.
I did want to bring it up because it was just to me, it was just like, yo, like, what
I
are we
don't.
doing here?
No, facts. I get it, bro. He's done some ill-advised things in his life, right? But I don't feel like that was the place and time to continue to like harp on it in that situation. We all understand, like, you know what I'm saying, the people in the booth, you got talking points you might want to get across during the game. You got different information you want to let the viewer know about. So I understand that. I can give you one time to mention it. Now we get to 2, 3, 4 times, and we're not adding nothing to the story. We're just keep letting you know, like, him and his wife used to get into it. He might or might not put his hands on her and stuff like that. It's like, all right, we don't know for sure. You can make your own opinions, but we don't know for sure. And I don't think we should be talking about stuff that we don't know indefinite. Like, there's no verdict about the situation yet. So I don't think to keep bringing it up does anybody any good. We're here for
Yeah,
football. We're here
I
for
just think
football.
it's one of those things where the court of public opinion is everything, right? And I mean, the networks in the league has to do just as good a job at protecting his players. This is a two-way street. Players play, coaches coach. Networks, y'all have deals with the league. How many times are we going to do this? I mean, listen, I saw it on somebody said that Tyreek's agent should get involved and sue the network. I believe it was crazy. I don't know if that's the answer to it or whatever, but somebody's got to say something about it. Somebody's gonna talk to Prime Video like, hey, bro, what are we doing out here? Amazon, what are we
I
doing?
hope the organization cares enough about its players to stand up for him.
Yeah,
He has his faults, but like he's still a part of your organization, and like you should defend him, even if he can't hypothetically defend himself. I think the organization should step up there and be like, it's you know what I'm saying? Like it's alleged. Like we can't be saying putting things in perspective as if it's definite or we know for sure what happened. That doesn't help. And that's not how what I'm saying, broadcasting during a live football game should go, in my opinion. But what I'm saying, different strokes for different folks. And like I hope the backlash had been enough online for them to be like, we messed up and we make sure we'll do a better job moving forward.
yeah, yeah. I'm interested to see with the I'm interested to see if the league will put out a statement. And I'm sure it won't be they didn't put one out today. Um, so I'm sure it won't happen before the weekend is out. I'm sure they'll just let everything roll. But I'm interested to see if they'll come with something come Monday or Tuesday of next week. Um, Preferably before the next Thursday night football game. That would be best. But whatever. All right. We'll come back to the NFL. Let's move. We're about 20 minutes in. Got 7 viewers. I think we maxed out at 9 at one point. I saw up there, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in on this fine Friday night. Let's move over right quick. Let's go to college football. Let's preview some college football. I think Tulsa and Oklahoma State are playing right now. Somebody has the score. Drop that in the chat for me. Let me know what's happening. Interact with us, guys. Send some questions if you got them. Thank y'all for watching. I
No
think
doubt.
it's
We you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? We interactive over here. We want
yeah.
it to be a back and forth. We want a real conversation.
Yeah, I'll put your comments, your questions up on the screen or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We can do that. Um,
And
13-3. Tulsa is up on Oklahoma State right
yeah,
now.
buddy might
Oklahoma
be
State
gone.
folding. Oklahoma State is folding. That's crazy. I was not expecting that one. I'm glad we did not preview that one because I would have been wrong. Um, All right, let's do our picks. We talked about what games we was gonna do last night, so I hope you got your picks ready. You got your picks ready?
Of
All right,
course.
let's do it. Let's start Texas Tech at Utah. Texas Tech at Utah. This is actually one of my favorite games on the slate. It's a 12 o'clock game, which really means it's like a 9, 10 o'clock in the morning game over there. That's crazy. College football played in the morning is insane. Them boys coaches gonna have them boys out the field at like 6 in the morning, bro. Like, this is insane. Anyways, though, Texas Tech at Utah. Who you got?
I'm a roll with.
We're gonna get to you, Rye. We're gonna get to you, Rye. I got you.
I'm a roll with Utah.
You going with Utah?
I'm a roll with Utah because of the quarterback. I think Dan Beer, I like his game. You know, I'm a roll with Utah. It's a good matchup, right? Top 25, sure. 2 ranked teams, both undefeated. Somebody got to get their first loss. I just think I've seen better play from the quarterback position for Utah, and I do think that'll put them over the hump versus Texas Tech.
Okay. I got Texas Tech. I do have Texas Tech. That's you know, I'm gonna keep rolling with Texas. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. We just gonna keep rolling with teams in Texas. Auburn at Oklahoma. I think this is also a 12 o'clock game. I don't. If this is a 12 o'clock game, I don't know why they're playing it at 12 o'clock. I think that's insanity. I think listen. Game. This is a thing I'm gonna say before we continue this. College football has to do a better job of getting their primetime games to actually be primetime games. Like, okay, I get it. Fox big noon Saturday or whatever. Yeah. Bro, that stinks, bro. That stinks. Nobody enjoys big noon Saturday. We need to completely abolish and get rid of that. I'm tired of Ohio State playing noon games against quality opponents. Like, I get it. Sometimes we don't play anybody, but I'm tired of playing big noon games. Like, why is Michigan, Ohio State played at 12 o'clock? That is horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous.
Definitely, the big rivalry game should be played at night in prime time. Like the
bro.
That we'll touch on later, but games like that, like big rivalry games, should definitely be always played in prime time. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. Anyways, Auburn at Oklahoma. John Mateer, Heisman hopeful. Who you got?
I'm gonna roll with Oklahoma.
Yeah,
I think they've been the better team. Obviously, I think they played stiffer competition up to this point. They had a game against Michigan that they looked pretty good in, got the win in that. So I don't think Auburn give them too much trouble. I expect a close game. Obviously, you know, SEC games, anything in conference, I always expect players to play harder. It means more. You want to win your conference game. So I expect a close game, but I'm going to roll with Oklahoma to pull it out.
Yeah, I'm rolling with Oklahoma and John Mateer. I liked what I saw from them. They've been playing really well. I sat and watched that whole Michigan game that they played. I like the fight they showed in that game. I know Bryce Underwood is a freshman, and you know, a lot of that is like, how good was Michigan really? But I don't know. I think John Mateer is reviving that program over there at Oklahoma. So I'm going Oklahoma. Michigan at Nebraska. I was just talking about Bryce Underwood. Michigan at Nebraska. Bryce Underwood, Dylan Raiola. Who you got?
I'm gonna roll with Michigan.
Yeah.
I think the foundation that is there. I think I like it, right? I got the chance to watch Bryce. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have his best performance against Oklahoma, but like what I've seen from him up to this point as a freshman, there's a lot to like there. And like I think he can throw the football. Like I do think the more reps he get, the more coverage he get to see, the sky's the limit. So I'm a roll with Michigan, but I do think Nebraska has been playing better, you know what I'm saying, late. I think they also kind of found the rhythm there in their program. So that's another close game, a good game, but I think Michigan and that defense is going to power them over that top.
I have to be unbiased, Pop. It's hurting me, Pop. It's hurting me. It's hurting my soul in here to be unbiased right now, Pop. We when the pie get a little bigger, I'll start doing my bias takes. But for now, I'll stick to unbiased, so don't nobody think I'm crazy. Give me Michigan, man. Bryce Underwood is what my boy Ross said. Bryce Underwood is
I
the
be forgetting
one.
you, an Ohio State fan.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I get you on it. I get you.
Yeah,
Don't
it
let him
hurts to
say
have
something
to.
back.
Yeah, it hurts to have to pick Michigan to win these games, bro. But Bryce Underwood is nice. I believe he's nice. I think he's nice. I also though more than I believe that. Let me get into this. More than I believe that Bryce Underwood is nice. I don't think Dylan Raiola is that guy. I do not think Dylan Raiola is that guy. And if he didn't look like Patrick Mahomes, frankly, I don't know if he would still be getting talked about as much as he does now. I don't think that I've seen enough production from him. Um, uh, I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think that I've seen enough production from Dylan Raiola to really believe in him as a quarterback. Now, I don't know if that's all of his fault. I also don't think he should be at Nebraska. I think that's a bigger I think that's a bigger problem. Um, so yeah, I just think I don't know. I can't roll with Nebraska, bro. I understand what they got going over there with their coach and everything. I'm just not convinced that it's a good fit. I think he went where the money was, but that's neither here nor there. Um
Game now.
yeah, yeah.
Or I ain't gonna say now. Probably always been the name of the game for some. So
Let's get to you. Let's get to your team.
yeah.
Let's get to your team.
Offense look good.
Florida versus whatever. Florida versus Miami, neutral at Hard Rock in Miami or in Florida is at Hard Rock, whatever is neutral. Who you got?
I'm rolling with my boys, them Hurricanes. I
Okay.
listen. Florida, don't get me wrong, right? Florida defense is probably one of the top 25 defenses in the country. The offense, though, it just ain't a good product on that side of the ball. When you watch them play against LSU, 5 interceptions.
I was about to ask you. So that was going to be my next question. While you're there, hold on, let me stop you and let me give it to you. My next question was going to be, do you think Lagway can bounce back from this 5 interception game?
I think if the coordinators set him up to be better, I think they can shake back. After a game like that, I feel like it's hard for a quarterback to keep confidence, right? 5 interceptions.
What was
It's
this?
like, hey man, shout out to the gang though. Hurricane fan back in the day. Make it today again. Bring it back. We back. We back on the winning side.
My
We
mother
back on
will
the
never
winning
be
side.
a Hurricanes fan again, bro. She will
But no,
not.
all right. But yeah, back to Lightweight though. I think they have to make sure they're setting him up to be successful. I just think sometimes you have to make it easy on your quarterback, especially after a performance like that. You want to get him some easy things started, right? We want to get some quick throws out, make sure we can establish a run game so we have something to lean on if we can't really stretch the field offensively. But our defense, especially our defensive line for Miami, there's some dogs. Ruben Bain, he's probably
Man,
going top
Ruben's nasty.
15. He's going to
Ruben's
be at
nasty.
least, probably minimum, he's going top 15. But he's not the only one up there. There's some dogs in that defense. So it's gonna be, and obviously it's a rivalry game, right? So honestly, you can throw everything that happened last week out the window. They want to beat Miami as bad as Miami want to beat them. So it's gonna
Yeah.
be a tough contest. But I think it's gonna come down to if Carson Beck continue to play how he's been playing, right? Protect the football, make the right reads, and make sure we can get some running game behind him. And Miami should win comfortably.
Yeah, I listen, give me Miami. And the only reason I'm taking Miami is because first of all, I don't think y'all are a better team. Um, I don't think y'all are a better team, but I think it takes more than a week to bounce back from 5 interceptions. I don't care where it was. I don't care how it happened. I don't care who did it. Hell, Tom Brady could have went out there and threw for 5 interceptions, and I still might have taken the other team the next week. 5 interceptions is just a crazy. It's a crazy mental barrier to have going into your in-state rival, right? So, yeah, give me Miami because I just don't know if DJ Lagway has it to bounce back. And what I also wanted to get into, because I think the bigger problem The bigger problem in the fact that that Florida loses this week isn't that they're going to lose to Miami. I think that part is kind of null and void. It'll be okay. The bigger problem is their schedule is a gauntlet the rest of the way through. Their schedule gets nasty after this, and if they don't win this game, I mean, they got y'all this weekend. They got Texas next week. They got Texas A&M the weekend after that. They got Mississippi State. Then they got Georgia. Then they got Kentucky. Then they got Ole Miss, Tennessee, and they ended with Florida State. They have a gauntlet right now, a gauntlet. So if they don't beat y'all, hey, listen. So I was having a conversation last night. Somebody asked me how many wins they get. I don't know if they win more than 7 games this season. If they don't beat y'all, I don't think they win more than 7 games this season.
Oh,
so yeah, I don't know. It'll get interesting after this though. It definitely will get interesting after this. Sticking with Miami though, are y'all gonna choke this year? Like, are y'all? I really need to know. Unbiased. I know Carson Beck has been through the ringer. He's been that guy before. He knows what to do. He knows how to do it. I just need to know: is there a game that you have circled where you're like, nobody cares about this one, but this might be the one to send our season to the gutter? Is there one that you have circled? And do you think y'all might choke again this year?
I don't think they're gonna choke this year. I think last year was tough, right? Those couple losses, you know what I'm saying? One thing about it, our defense was terrible. So like Cam Ward essentially carried that team to 10 wins last year. Like that was Cam. That offense was electric. They were putting up 35, 40 points. Like they needed all of that to win games because we couldn't stop nobody. I don't think that's the case with the defense this year. They changed coordinators. They got they brought him from Minnesota. I want to say that's correct, but he's better. The defense looks a lot less complicated, and it's allowing those players to fly around and be, be physical. And when you have a disruptive defensive line, it makes everything easier for everybody behind them. So I think with that, this year they stand in prime position to like make the playoffs. And now that literally all they have to do is just not fuck up. Like after this week, I believe they play Florida State. That's a game they need to win too. You can afford one loss, but it truly do matter who you lose to also.
Yeah.
But I think when you get wins against a tough ranked opponent like Florida State next week, if they do, or even a tough rivalry game coming up this week, it does a lot for like chemistry. And I think they can build off of that and make sure they get to where they want to go, because I believe they know last year they messed themselves up, like losing to Syracuse, losing to Georgia Tech. And no disrespect to Q's, because, both SU grads, but it's like that wasn't a game Miami should have lost. But we knew
y'all was up 20. Y'all was up 24. Y'all was up 24.
But we knew it was possible going into the game because
I think we both called. I think I called it. You had Miami, of course. But I think on Fresh Squeeze, I had SU.
But yeah, I think this year it's a better product defensively, and I think the offense, it's not as dynamic with Carson Beck, but it's more consistent. Yeah. Carson is going to be more consistent in terms of making the right read. We know he's not going to overextend himself. He's not going to try to do the most trying to extend plays. He's going to, we run a quarterback reads or whatever the case, he's going to hand the ball off, let his running backs work. And then after that, we're going to feed our receivers. I think they have the perfect plan. It's just making sure they stay healthy and the defense continues to play as good as they have been. I think they be straight.
For sure. All right. The most important game on the slate. SU versus Clemson. Who you got?
I'm gonna roll with SU. I'm gonna take the home team. I don't think it's gonna be an easy game at all for them. Like they've had their own shortcomings early this year, but Clemson has too. And I'll say this about Clemson, and the reason why they continue, even though they made the CFP last year, Dabo is stubborn. And like
Hold on,
in
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. We gonna get there because I was gonna get. I'm coming back to Dabo. I'm coming back to Dabo.
well, I'm
Give
gonna
me a
go
pick.
SU because I like Fran Bell and obviously I'm gonna roll with the home team, and I think that Clemson is falling off. Right, like I think they momentum, the chemistry, the morale is dropping down, and I think Syracuse is going the other way. So I hope for them they can make the most of it and get a big time win because I know before this, a lot of them thought they probably couldn't even hang with Clemson coming into this year because like it's essentially a whole new team. Like you had the experience roster last year with McCord, Allen, and all of them that went to the league. Now we got essentially a whole brand new roster. They shouldn't be able to hang with Clemson theoretically, but I do think because Fran Brown is an exceptional coach, and we've got to, and I also we'll touch on what they be talking about Fran Brown because he made the run at the game too, but Fran Brown's an exceptional coach, so I think that'll help them. And I think because a certain standard Fran's holding them to, they're gonna hold themselves to that, and I think it's gonna help them get the win.
Yeah, give me SU. Every year SU does this. They win one of these games that they shouldn't win. And last year it was Miami. This year it'll be Clemson. And I think it'll be a tough game because I believe that Clemson has something to prove. Something to prove, I'll say, because the way that they've lost the way that they've lost this year, losing to Georgia Tech, losing to LSU, obviously losing to LSU week one, like you're okay with that. I'm there's no shame in losing to LSU in week one. You beat Troy, but you only beat them by 11. You beat them 27-16, and then you beat
probably should have lost.
And then you probably should have lost. And if you're an ACC guy, you know that there's not too much shame in losing to Georgia Tech. You don't want to lose to Georgia Tech, but every year Georgia Tech also does this where they have one game where they go out and beat somebody that they shouldn't. Last year, they set the tone for a abysmal Florida State team that went out and had one of the worst Florida State seasons we've seen in quite some time. And now Florida State is obviously back. But then Clemson loses in week 3 to Georgia Tech 24-21. I do think they have something to prove. I don't know if they got it, though. I don't know if they got it. And Fran Brown, like you just mentioned, is that guy. Fran Brown is that guy. Fran said, "Hey, Canelo Alvarez." Fran said what he said. He said Vegas said Canelo Alvarez was going to be a winner. Terrence Crawford had something different. Fran said, "I've been the underdog my whole life. I'm rolling with us." So, hey, 17.5 points. Listen, 17.5 point dogs. Give me Syracuse. Give me SU.
17 points.
17.5 point dogs. 17.5.
Give me Q's.
Give me Q's.
Give me Q's.
Did you? Somebody just made. Some dummy in Vegas decided that it was a good idea to make Fran Brown a 17.5 point dog. Not only did they make Fran Brown a 17.5 point dog to a team that he sent to the CFP last year. Clemson didn't send themselves to the CFP last year. Fran Brown did that. Fran Brown did that. And he said, Dabo, I got you, baby. And Dabo said, yeah, appreciate it, whatever. Somebody said we picking with our hearts. We're not picking with our hearts. Clemson do this. Syracuse do this once a year. And I watch that Clemson team. I just don't believe that Clemson team is that good. I don't think they're as advertised. And my bigger problem with this Clemson team, whatever, dude. He talking about give me the Tigers. My bigger problem with this Clemson team is that they literally brought back 97% of their roster. They brought back, huh?
I'm saying, but they did do that. But my whole thing is, I think it's less about the players and more about the coach. Dabo's a good coach, but he's stubborn. And when you're stubborn and you're coaching in a profession that's constantly evolving, you're going to get left behind. And Dabo is getting left behind. And we're seeing it again this year. Like they turned it around last year and end up making the CFP because Miami blew the game against Syracuse, whatever. They're not doing that this year. Like your CFP chances are already pretty much shot in the water. So with
you
Dabo,
already two losses in, and we ain't even made it to week 5 yet.
I'm saying, so Dabo, he needs to sit down and be honest with himself and truly need to realize is where college football going. He want to coach because Saban did it. Saban sat down and said,
Saban got out of there. What's the
I
guy from
can't do it.
UVA? UVA guy got out of there. Hey, this NIL thing ain't for you, go home, man. Preacher man, go home. Preacher man, go home. Dabo, go home. It's okay. It's okay. But this is what I want to get to, though. This is what I want to get to. If Clemson loses to SU tomorrow and they don't make the CFP, what are your thoughts on Dabo's future?
I think they'll keep Dabo as long as Dabo want to stay there because of what he's done for the program. But sometimes, like, I get it. Like, I'm sure the athletic director and Dabo have a good relationship because he's been there so long, and it's like, you've done a whole lot for us. But we need to have a real serious conversation. Like, if you're going to stay the coach, we're going to need you to get up to date. You're going to have to get these players NIL some real deals. We're going to have to truly start recruiting because we're going to have to go in the portal and stop grabbing players. It sounds good to go and like Rita's going to recruit freshmen or quote unquote high school seniors to come and play as freshmen or whatever the case may be. But that's not sustainable now because literally all the best teams are going in the portal to upgrade. And if Dabo won't do that or he refuses to do that, he's going to keep Clemson back. He's going to keep Clemson back, and that's not going to be good for their program. So I hope somebody at the end of the year say, Dabo, look, I need you to get with the program. And if Dabo don't get with the program, Clemson not going to be no good. That's just what the reality going to be for them now.
Yeah. I want to respond to this right quick. That's a big ass Death Valley ain't Death Valley right now, but it's going to be wild out there. This is my thing. We already done been down south. And played one of the top teams in the nation. We already done been to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Mercedes-Benz Dome. What do they call it, Pop? I don't even remember no more. I've been out of Atlanta. We already done been to Mercedes-Benz, and we played Tennessee. And we had a shot to win that one at the end of the game. You mean to tell me I can't go to you mean to tell me I can't walk into Death Valley and beat a lowly Clemson team? I think they can. I think they can do it. Give me the 17.5 point dogs. I'm rolling with Fran Brown every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
God. Shout out to Fran. They were trying to talk down my boy because he made them run at that UConn game. But if you ever got to sit in a press conference and listen to Fran Brown speak, if you've ever been around Fran Brown to hear him speak and how he holds his players accountable and what standard he holds them to,
that wasn't surprising for nobody.
You will understand why they was out there after the game running sprints. There's a product he wants to be seen, and they did not show that against UConn. And instead of rewarding bad play, no, we get on that
boys got to run. Yeah, we on the line.
Where we're trying to go, where he's trying to take this program, it ain't for everybody. And if it's not for you, the portal is always open. But Fran Brown, he will be there. So if you want a good coach and you want somebody who's going to bring the best out of you, I'm going to tell you to go to SU. Simple.
Fran Brown, the truth, but I need to see it tomorrow. You're going to see it. And even if they lose, you're going to walk out of Death Valley surprised tomorrow. You're going to walk out of Death Valley surprised like, hey, hold on. Might be for real. Clemson is soft now. They aren't going to be able to get many top players. I don't think they're soft. I think actually, as a matter of fact, I think the problem is that Dabo isn't soft. The problem is Dabo is stuck in his own way. Like Ty was just explaining. This isn't about Clemson being soft. This is Dabo is stuck in that old my way or the highway type. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. Yeah, it's okay though. It's okay because if you're Dabo Swinney, that means that if you're Dabo Swinney, your selling points to players is I know how to get you to the next level. The other piece is though, you got to have some compromise. Fran Brown is the same type of guy. Fran Brown was Kirby Smart's quarterbacks coach before he got to Syracuse. But the problem is you got to compromise somewhere. And I don't know if Dabo giving out that good down south home money yet. I don't know if he's giving it out the same way that some of these other schools is giving it out. I think that I know he's not. And that's part of the problem. The problem isn't that Clemson is soft. The problem is Dabo is actually too much stuck in his own way. Now let's move. We gotta move. We gotta get out of here. Let's leave this one. We'll come back. We'll be back. We'll be back for some more college football conversation, man. But right now, we gotta kick back to the NFL. Um, tush push, tush push. It's been a lot of conversation about the tush push. There was a report that came across my phone. Washington Post said that the NFL has told the NFL has told the officials to call it tight, whatever the hell that means. Call it tight. What is that even? Tight. What does that mean? Call the tush push tight. What does that mean?
Tight. You mean call it correctly? Because like I'm confused at what even tight mean. Does tight mean you're gonna continue to let them line up offsides and stuff like that? Like
false start. You got the guards false starting.
Listen though, it's a lot of people that complain about the play, right? They hate it. They want it banned. You got teams that want it banned. You got obviously fans that want it banned. I don't hold that sentiment, right? I'm all for teams finding competitive advantages to help them win. That's literally what the game's about. It's not the Eagles' fault. Nobody can stop the tush push, or the teams haven't found a way to truly be able to stop it. But it's also nothing stopping teams from running it themselves. They just can't do it as effectively as the Eagles. It's a glorified quarterback sneak. What are we complaining about? Like, it's a glorified quarterback sneak. You're just mad that they be able to perfect it at a high level that nobody can stop it. That's fine. I don't hold the sentiment. I don't want it to be banned. I want them to stop it. This is football. This is competitive games. If you don't like the play, stop it. They won't run it no more. And then to add to that, my only complaint with the play is they need to officiate it correctly.
Yeah.
I have a problem with the offensive lineman being able to line up in a neutral zone, offsides, whatever the case may be, get false starts, all that kind of thing. If they officiate the play the way it's supposed to, then I don't think we'll have no problems. But I do understand how it done affected the game in a bad condition, but it's because the NFL let those people not official. They didn't tell the refs to officiate the play correctly. They be letting everything slide. You can see it. Like, they can see it when they lined up. You got to put the football down before they even line up anyway. So you can stand there and watch them line up and be like, back up, come forward, whatever the case may be. They don't be doing that. But at least this week, maybe they'll do it correctly. And I see what the comments say, if they can false start every time, how can you stop it? Well, that's on the league to enforce. Hey,
you need to go find some sumo wrestlers. You need to go find some big, nasty boys and make sure they get it done.
A change if they officiate the play correctly. Make sure they're not lining off sides. Make sure they don't get false starts. I think the success rate would change differently because I believe Kels and Jalen Hurts is what made that play so great. Kels is not there anymore. Kelsey's not there anymore. So I believe that now it should be easier to stop. But I think the refs need to do a better job of getting a handle on the play. And all of the complaints will slowly start to die down. People say it's not football. I don't agree with that assessment. But, everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah, man. Listen, I agree with everything everybody's saying. I don't have a problem with the play. I actually think there is a way, Ryan. I don't know how to stop it. I can't tell you how to stop it, but there are experts in this world that can tell you how to stop it. The play is just simply a rugby scrum. That's all it is. It's simply a rugby scrum. If you go to England, to New Zealand, to wherever they play really, really good high-level rugby at, and you find a rugby coach and you fly him with all of those billions and millions of dollars that these owners have, and you fly him. And this really only makes sense if you're one of the teams in the NFC East, or potentially a foe of the Eagles come playoff time. It only makes sense to do this then. But if you're one of those NFC East teams, bro, bring in a rugby coach. Ask him how you stop it. Just ask him how to stop the play. And I'm not saying that it's gonna work every time. But what I am saying is, and here's the other part. Hey, listen, the reason this thing works is because Jalen Hurts can squat 800 pounds. Jalen Hurts can squat 800 pounds.
Yeah, I
Saquon can
was
squat.
say,
Saquon can squat 800 pounds. And their offensive line is massive. But you need to go and find some boys that are ready to play. You know what I'm saying? Now, realistically, I do believe that this game against the Chiefs, yes, Ryan, basically the Cowboys. Yes, the Cowboys, Jerry Jones should call somebody and say, hey, can somebody come and teach us how to stop this play? If Jerry Jones did it, I promise you he would probably share it with the rest of the league because he probably voted for it to be banned. Realistically, this past game against the Chiefs, though, is probably, I believe, the game that gets the tush push banned. Because if you now all of a sudden are telling officials to call the game tight, you have to tell them to call the game tight. And then you're the Eagles, and you ran it on 3rd and 4, and then it second and I think it was like second and something, then 3rd down, and then also on 4th down. If you're running it driving down the field, I think that's where the league will step in and they will start to have a problem with it. Before this, when it was just on 4th down, it was just on short yardage and everything like that, I think that was okay. But they did it for like a full drive in the game against the Chiefs, and I think that's where the league is going to take issue. Also, it's going to be more of a safety thing for the league at this point, bro. It's going to be more of a safety thing for the league at this point. Because when you was just running it on short yardage, it was like, okay, the risk of injury was kind of low. You run it 4 or 5 times in a row, and you run it against the Chiefs 4 or 5 times in a row. The Chiefs are the golden children of the league over there. If you do that to the Chiefs, the NFL is going to take note, and they're going to take problem with it. So, I just think that that game last week against the Chiefs, that may have been the game that the tush push. Yeah, that may be the game that the tush push gets out of there. And the problem is, and the reason I think that is because the league told them to call it tight in week 3. You can't ban the play in week 3. You can't do that. You can revote it again in the offseason. And you were only they're gonna vote it every offseason, I believe. And I think they were only like 2 votes off or something like that. Actually he didn't vote it. Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. Good for Jerry. Jerry did something right. Thank you, Jerry. I think they were only 2 votes off from getting a ban. I think that game right there, the Chiefs game, may have been the game that gets that thing up out of here. I don't have a problem with it as long as it's officiated properly. That's why my fix had nothing to do. Listen. I don't even listen. My coaches told me to never talk to the refs. Go and find a coach who can teach you how to do this. Go and find a coach that can teach you how to stop this thing, and then we'll figure something out from there.
Lying, though. Call a rugby coach. I start scouring the world, and they got all these analytics people. You can find somebody
can figure it out, bro. I promise you, somebody can figure it out. Somebody can figure it out.
The idea, but we can find an idea to help us stop it. But
yeah, let's move. Appreciate everybody for sticking with us. Oh, damn, my fault, Rye. I definitely forgot to get you. So before we do our NFL picks, let's answer my boy right quick. Rye, appreciate you for rocking with us for the show tonight, man. Do y'all think Archie will turn it around this season? I had this conversation yesterday. No, I do not think Arch Manning will turn it around this season because I don't think Arch Manning is that good of a quarterback. Here's the thing. If you go and watch Arch Manning's highlight tape or just go and watch his tapes from high school, Arch Manning played no competition. And here's what that led to. Arch Manning has very, 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 very bad mechanics. Arch Manning, I will say it again, has very bad mechanics. And you can tell, and I'm not saying that he hasn't worked at I'm not saying that he hasn't worked at the game of football, but you can tell that nobody was forcing him to do things the correct way, and it's because and what I mean by that is I'm not talking about coaches or play or his dad or his uncles or whatever. I'm talking about players. I'm talking about he wasn't playing against players that were forcing him to do things the right way, and I think he created a lot of bad habits and that is part of his bad mechanics. I don't think he will be able to turn it around this season. I don't think he's ready. The other thing I want to say is shout out Steve Sarkisian. Steve Sarkisian, you are owed an apology from probably 97% of the world. The whole world called you the biggest dummy last year when after after Quinn Ewers got hurt, you put you in, and he sat for 2 games. You had Arch in there. Arch won 2 games against a bunch of nobodies. Everybody called for Arch to be your starting quarterback going forward, and you didn't say anything about it. You just quietly put Quinn Ewers back in the starting lineup, and you let Quinn play the rest of the season. You never once responded to anybody talking about Quinn Ewers and Arch Manning. And you know what? Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, Stark, because obviously you saw that Arch Manning was not ready to play football yet. He was not ready to play football, because we're all seeing it right now. What did everybody's coaches used to say? The eye in the sky don't lie. Arch Manning, you are not ready to play football. Steve Sarkisian, you saw it. You knew what it was. And now here we are. I'm sorry that you were stuck with Arch Manning right now, but shout out to you for not taking a bait last year, for not listening to the $1 billion school donors at Texas on the board, who I'm sure were probably telling you, hey, man, giving you that pat on the back. Hey, just giving you a suggestion. You might want to think about Arch. You might want to think about Archie boy, man. It's, you know, his parents are. Shout out to you, Sark, for not putting Arch in the game. All right, Ty, your turn.
I'm gonna say he's gonna turn it around. I don't think that means he's gonna look like a Heisman candidate like they were trying to put him as in the beginning of the year. So this is my thing, right? He just hasn't played enough football. I would have never put him in the Heisman conversation to begin the year. I understand why they do it, because the last name. He's getting Eli and Peyton tax because of who his family is. And obviously, when he played,
but that's another problem.
When he played last year, obviously, whatever, they won games, right? But my thing is, when you jump onto a moving train, it's easier to get it going. He had to start the train this year. That is 2 different dynamics. So I never expected him to look like a Heisman candidate from start. This is literally, truly, in my opinion, he's a freshman. He's literally getting in real time, real game experience that he wasn't getting because Ewers was there. And like you said last year, at points in time, I thought Ewers looked terrible. And I'm like, shit, why they not playing Arch? I know why they're not playing Arch, because he was never, quote unquote, better. And he still, like you say, I do think he formed bad habits playing in the lesser competition he was playing in high school. But I also think the publicity he's gotten because of his last name has gotten to his head just a tad, and he started to believe he's a little bit better than he actually is. He go to Texas. He's probably the biggest thing on that campus, and he got a lot of yes men in his corner. I can already see it now. But he's far from a finished product. And because I believe he has the physical tools to be good, he just needs to play and get the reps. I think they'll be able to figure it out eventually. I just don't see him being what they thought he is. Like, I never thought he was going out the draft this year. I knew for a fact he was coming back next year because it just would be smart for him. He needs the time to play. He needs to develop, especially when you sat on the bench for 2 years. What is he, a junior, right?
Yeah. Can I rebuttal you right quick, though?
You need the reps.
Can I rebuttal you right quick?
For sure.
You know what your argument goes against? Your argument goes against everything that everybody is preaching is wrong with college and NFL football this year. Here's the thing. You're saying that you just told me, you said, I think I basically look at Arch Manning as a freshman. And you know what the problem with that is? Everybody right now in football, and I know you've seen it, I know you've heard it, I know you've read it. Everybody is saying, bro, we're not giving these kids enough time to develop. We're not giving them enough time to sit on the bench and learn behind the starters and learn from the coaches and da-da-da-da-da. And so here we are with the opposite of that experiment, because a lot of these times, most of these times, look at Bryce Underwood right now. Bryce came in and from day one was Michigan's starter at quarterback from day one. And most people are ashamed of that idea at the moment. Like, yo, I can't believe we're starting freshmen. I can't believe we're starting rookies. Tom Brady is one of them. Tom Brady is the main one right now that is on TV every week. I'm so tired of hearing him say it. Every week, we don't give these guys enough time to develop. And he talks about how he got to sit behind, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Pop. I believe it was Drew Bledsoe
For sure. For
yeah,
sure.
I think it was Drew Bledsoe that he set behind for what was it, the first 2 years of his career before he finally got his time. So my point is what you just said goes against everything that we all believe is wrong with football right now. He got the chance to sit, he got the chance to learn, he got the chance to learn from one of the best offensive minds in college football, if not the best. If not the best, he's one of the best, if not the best, in Steve Sarkisian, best offensive mind in football. And you finally got to see him sit, and you finally got to see him play in the 3rd year under Steve Sarkisian, and he looks horrible. Now, so that to that point, I was just about to say he sat for a whole year and is still struggling. He sat for 2 years. He's a junior. He got there in 2023, set in 2023, set in 2024, and now here he is in 2025 starting. He is not ready.
I think the best reps for developing, I think the best thing for developing a quarterback is actually playing. You can sit behind somebody all you want, but practice and game reps are 2 different things. And your teammates are not going to go as hard as what the opposing team is going to do. You're not going to see the same coverages. You're not going to see none of that stuff. So I believe that just because he's set on the bench doesn't equate to him being developed correctly. And I truly believe you need to play the position to get better. I don't think sitting can be good if you have a good mentor. I don't know the relationship between yours and Arch Manning, because I know it probably could have been polarizing when you got a 5-star sitting behind you and everybody's calling for him. Do you really want to help develop him? I don't know what that relationship is. So
I don't know that Quinn Ewers was very good either to be developing somebody else.
My point. So what I'm saying is, yeah, he's set. I don't think that's always beneficial if you're not playing or you don't have the right person in front of you to teach you. So it goes both ways. But like you say, he did get to sit for 2 years, and that's a trait that a lot of quarterbacks nowadays don't be able to get. A lot of them don't let you sit and then take the spot next. Some of them do, some of them don't. But I just think moving forward, I think people need to lose the name when they talk about him and talk about him as somebody that's still learning how to play the position.
But it's just difficult when you're talking about, and it's not even about the name. You just look at the numbers alone. Like we obliged him for the Ohio State game. We gave him a pass in Ohio State. All right, cool. First game starting, first game being the starter, being the guy. You got to go up to the shoe. All right, cool. We gave him a pass for the Ohio State game. Probably one of the best defenses in the nation. You go back home. You go back home in week 2. You play San Jose State. You're 19 for 30, 295 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. It was a fairly decent game. Okay, cool. This is where Mom, sorry. This is where shit gets bad. You play University of Texas El Paso, bro. You play UTEP. You're playing UTEP, dog.
Road to Glory. Is that
bro,
Glory Road, my fault.
Glory Road. You playing UTEP, bro, and you're 11 for 25, 114 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Come on, dog.
I agree with you. Dog. When you say his mechanics aren't the best, I do think that's definitely a part of his issue. You can see some of the throws where it's like that just doesn't look right. So, like you say, he's developed bad habits. And I'm gonna compare him to Caleb Williams in the sense that they both, even Caleb developed bad habits. Now he's trying to fix in the league. At least Arch has a chance to fix his in college before he gets to the league. So, in hindsight, if he does decide, which I think he will, to come back, I expect him to be better next year. But I think this year for him is going to be a whole learning process, and I expect him to look like a Heisman contender at least for a portion of the season next year. That doesn't mean he's going to be a Heisman. That doesn't mean he's going to be as good as everybody's trying to paint him out to be because of the last name. Like I said, I hate it for him because no matter what he do, he's going to be compared to his uncles. Everybody watched them grow up. Everybody know you got an uncle that beat arguably the greatest quarterback to ever play the game, and some of them consider Peyton the best quarterback to play. Some of them actually do. So it's like when you have uncles that got that resume and you're trying to build a name for yourself, it's hard to separate what they done and how they played to what you do. So now I think he needs to cancel out all the noise and truly want to get better. And I think he will.
Listen, I hope for his sake you're right. Not for mine. I don't care
Nah,
what he do.
hey,
I
I'm
hope for his
rooting
sake
for
you're
him,
right.
but if he don't, I ain't losing no sleep.
Hell,
Oh, I
listen,
think
if he don't, hell, he going home to a big house anyway. He'd be all right.
yeah, they rich anyway. He be
Yeah,
straight.
yeah, he'd be all
But
right. He'd be cool.
the question was, would I see him being in the league? At the
Yeah,
moment, he's gonna be practice squad backup player right now.
yeah,
And until he improves, that's his ceiling at the moment. So I can't speak to I can only speak to the play I've seen on the field right now.
yeah. Listen, I think the jury is still out, like you said, Pop. He has time to develop. He will be back this year. And lucky for him, he's playing for Steve Sarkisian. I keep saying it, but lucky for him, he's playing for Steve Sarkisian, who I think can turn him into something halfway decent. But I'm not sure what he'll be in the league. If anything. And you know what? Just making it to the league is that's okay. That's okay. You just made it to the league.
1%er.
Hey, 1% made it to the league. Also though, bro, let's be very clear. If Arch Manning wasn't a Manning, I don't know that he would be playing at Texas right now. I don't even know that we would be talking about him as a player. If his name was Arch Joe Brady, we wouldn't be talking about him. Like, because he wouldn't be nobody. Like, because of the level of talent that he played, I don't know that he should have had the stars that he had coming out of high school, which means I don't know that he should have had the offers that he had coming out of high school, which means I don't think that he would ever actually have been at Texas if his name wasn't Manning. But he's here. He's here now, and he's their starting quarterback.
He better figure it out.
He better figure it out. But I don't see him being much in the league. He'll make it because of last name alone, and he was the starting quarterback at Texas. So he may be a late round draft pick, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just not sure. I'm not convinced. All right. How long we been on this joint? Listen, we about to hit an hour and 8 minutes. I think that was the total runtime of the first show. We still got one last segment for y'all. We're gonna go ahead and get these NFL picks in. And then gonna let everybody get back to enjoying their Friday night. Appreciate everybody for rocking with us. First game, Green Bay at Cleveland. Go ahead.
Packers.
Yeah, give me Green Bay. Oh, give me Green Bay. Indianapolis at Tennessee.
Give me the Colts.
You sure?
Give me the Colts.
Did that hurt you just a little bit? It hurt a little bit, didn't it? It hurt a little bit, didn't it?
Only because
you called them the worst 2-0 team in the league.
Yeah, but the Titans have too many problems for me to believe the Colts will lose this game. Like, I just don't think the Titans will be able to do enough to get the win. So I got to roll with the Colts.
All right. Cincinnati at Minnesota.
Carson Wentz versus Jake Browning?
Is that what it is? Oh, yeah, because JJ's not playing. Okay. Carson Wentz versus Jake Browning.
Give me Jake Browning. I'm still scarred from what Carson Wentz did to my voice when Ron Rivera signed him when we played Cleveland. I have that game stitched into my memory. What bro name? Twit, Janky Rondo. He called the cops on bro. I had the same feeling. You couldn't believe my eyes what I was witnessing, and I can't believe how far we done came. Shout out to the Commanders. I can't believe how far we done came. We was trying out Carson Wentz and real playoff worthy games, and now I got Jaden Daniels. Although he out this weekend, now I got Jaden Daniels. Oh my God, Eureka! Because what the fuck was that going on? Give me the Bengals. I don't know. I can't pick no team with Carson Wentz on it. Give me the Bengals.
All right. I actually think I've missed my picks. Give me Green Bay. Give me Indianapolis. And give me Minnesota. I like him at home. I don't know if Jake Browning is any good on the road. I don't know if I like that. Um, Pittsburgh at New England. Who you got?
Get
At New England.
Give me the Patriots.
I knew you was
I
gonna
think
do that.
that's a tough game for me. Give me the Patriots. I'm gonna take the Patriots coming off their first win of the season. I think the Steelers suffered a kind of difficult loss last week. Give me the Patriots at home.
My boy Rye is a Patriots fan. Rye, I don't know, man. I don't know. I saw what Pittsburgh did in week 1. I saw what they did in week 2 at home. They still put up 17. I believe that they can get back to 28. And I think that might be just too much for Drake May. So give me Pittsburgh
I'm not
because
mad at it.
I just it's a points thing for me. I know Aaron Rodgers can go out there and put up points. I know he can. I just don't know I don't know which Patriots offense we'll get. And also I think the verdict is still out on that page on that Pittsburgh defense. Yeah, Mike Tomlinson, Jalen Warren. I think the verdict is still out on that Pittsburgh defense too, though. Jalen Warren will be the difference maker if we win or lose, in my opinion. Hey, Rye, do me a favor, Rye, right quick before we finish this, give me your top 5 props before we leave. Drop them in the comments. Give me your top 5 props for Sunday. Actually, just give me I don't know if you put your props together yet. So give me your top 5 TD scores for Sunday. Anytime TD scores, give me a top 5, right? Jalen Warren will be the difference. Yeah, I think Jalen Warren can score. Mike Tomlinson for me. Love Mike. Got to roll with the home team at all times. We can score with him. I don't know, Rye. I don't know if y'all can score with them.
I
don't know if
y'all can make a difference.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see which Drake May and which Drake May and New England team we get. I think this is gonna be a hell of a game. I don't know why it's a 1:00 kick. Once again, Fox for messing up all of our viewing experiences. Los Angeles at Philly. I think it'll be a great game. Semis rematch, not a conference championship. Huh?
Give me the Rams.
Really?
I think the Eagles offense done enough to win games. I just don't think they can skate by like they have against the Rams.
Yeah.
They're going to score.
Yeah.
The Eagles defense is good, don't get me wrong, but the Rams is going to score. Like, they have the weapons, they have the talent on offense to put up points. Can the Eagles reciprocate that this week is going to be the question, and I just don't know if they can. That's not to say that they don't have the talent to do it neither. New offensive coordinator, and I don't know if it's meshing the way it needs to just yet. So, because of that, I'm gonna roll with the Rams.
Yeah, they put up 24 against us, against the Cowboys. They put up 20 against the Chiefs. I think this will be I think this will be interesting. I'm gonna go Philly. I'm going Philly only because Philly's at home. Philly's at home, so I'm gonna go Philly. Also, I just you know what the biggest equalizer is? The biggest equalizer is having Saquon Barkley. And what I seen Saquon Barkley do against that Rams defense last year, my goodness. It was just nasty. Give me Philly. Jets at Tampa Bay. Is Justin Fields playing?
No, he out with a concussion.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, give me Tampa Bay. Give me Tampa Bay, easy.
I was gonna pick them whether he stood up or not.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't matter, but give me Tampa. Um, Vegas at Washington.
Marcus Mariota, and Marcus Mariota, we trust. Rolling with the Commanders. You already know what's going on. We gonna get back into the win column this week.
Give me Vegas. Give me
Typical,
Vegas.
typical Cowboys fan.
No. This is the thing. This is the thing. I'm being unbiased. Like this has nothing to do with me being a Cowboys fan. I just took Philly. I just took Philly to win.
I feel you.
This has nothing to do with me being a Cowboys fan. I just think that too many things are wrong for y'all right now. But here's the thing. You never want anybody to get injured, right? You never want anybody to get injured. But I think what Austin Eckler's injury will open up for you guys will be monumental, honestly, because what you'll get back to is you'll really get to feature Bill. You'll really get to feature Bill. And I think Bill is one of the top rookies we have in the league right now. I do believe Bill is one of the top rookies.
Potential to be a real stud. Like,
yeah.
I you know what I'm saying? I watched all 22 on the Commanders when after they play, or you know what I'm saying, I got NFL Plus or NFL Pro, whatever you want to watch it on. I be watching it and I be seeing the carries Bill get. You can see the juice.
Yeah.
You can see the vision. He's already hard to tackle. You can see the vision.
Running back is a rhythm thing, bro. It's a rhythm thing.
I just don't understand why he wasn't getting more carries to begin with. Like, I get they're comfortable with Austin Eckler, but if we wanted to be comfortable, we should have just kept B-Rob.
Yeah, I think
decided to trade B-Rob, Bill should have been featured a lot more than he was. But I'm glad now he will be, although Eckler got hurt. But I said this last week, Austin Eckler, thank you for your services, because you won't be a Commander next year. So appreciate everything you did. But Bill, rock out. Marcus Mariota, rock out. And Terry, you got the contract. I need you this week. Please show up for me.
Hey. Yeah, so I'm going Vegas. And the reason I'm going Vegas is because one, y'all have Marcus Mariota playing, who didn't play the majority of the preseason. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, why does he need to play the preseason? Well, he needs to play the preseason because he needs the reps. Marcus Mariota definitely is going to need the reps with that team. And he wasn't playing. Also, the other thing is Terry wasn't playing. And so then I just don't like the situation. Austin Eckler being out now. And y'all's defense is kind of shaky, bro. Y'all's defense is kind of shaky.
No doubt.
And I believe if there's ever a week for Vegas, to get back on track and figure out what it is that they need to do to get back in the win column, this week against the Commanders is it. Bobby Wagner couldn't cover me if I went out there and ran a Texas route right now. Bobby Wagner, listen, Bobby Wagner, Linebacker FC loves you. All of the linebackers in the nation love you, right? Bobby Wagner, you couldn't cover your own grandmama if she went out there and ran a Texas route right now on the field. If she went out there and ran a swing route right now, I don't know. Maybe you could cover her on a swing route, because on a swing route, her head would be turned to the football. She would be looking this way. You might be able to take her head off. Bobby Wagner, the only thing you might be able to cover right now is a swing route. And if your grandmama was running it. I just don't like y'all's defense. If there was ever a game that Ashton Genty would be able to get something shaken, I think this might be it. Maybe not, because y'all's run defense is still y'all's run defense is still stout. But last week, Brock Bowers was hurt. Last week. He had the knee brace on, whatever. If there was ever a week for him to get back right, y'all's linebackers can't cover worth of nothing. So this was the week that he should get back right. Jacoby Myers will line up in the slot a lot, and I think he will be decent. It's just not a lot to like out there. It's just not a lot. Yeah. Thank you. Here we go. I was waiting on somebody to say it. Geno's quick pass game is going to go crazy this week. Tight ends and slot receivers are going to eat y'all alive this week.
What I'll say about that is Geno can throw the football. There's no doubt about it. He's also prone to making unwise decisions. He's gonna make a couple in the game.
Somebody's gonna have to be in position for him to make an unwise decision. And you know what the problem is?
He gonna throw in
Half
the
the
double
time,
coverage.
half
He
the
gonna throw
time,
in the double coverage.
half the time, y'all team don't be in position for him to make a bad decision.
That's fair.
That's fair. And the one thing I love about y'all's defense is Frankie Louvu is a freak, dog. He's a freak of nature over there. And you need to go and see Frankie Louvu in real life. Like in real life, Frankie Louvu is like it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. He's nasty, and his get off the line is crazy. But I don't know, bro. I don't know. Mikey Sainristil is a plus for y'all, but I'm not sure about. I'm not sure about Marshawn Lattimore. I don't know. There's nothing over there that I really like right now, bro. And then with the offense that y'all need to still figure out, because Marcus Mariota's playing, Terry McLaurin hasn't been Terry, and you just lost Austin Eckler, so you gotta figure out if Bill is really your guy or if you really like him. Hell, y'all probably go out there. Cliff probably give Jeremy McNichols 12 carries, bro. That's a problem.
I don't even think Quinn will let him do that. I don't think Quinn will let him do that. But
you don't think?
He'll get carries.
We could put a $2 bet on the side on how many carries Jeremy McNichols gonna get.
If the over under is at 12, I'm definitely going under.
I might make it like 9.5. I think he gets. Jeremy McNichols is gonna get some touches, bro. I'm telling you.
Hold on, it's a little unprofessional, but hello.
Oh my goodness.
Here in a second.
Yeah, Vegas at Washington.
But yeah, I would say the defense hasn't been.
Hold on, we gotta get this one first. Hey, Unc, funny. I'm googling Bobby Wagner's grim.
No, Bobby's cooked in coverage.
Yeah, Bobby's cooked in coverage, bro. Lattimore retired on active roster is crazy.
I think
that man just said he's retired, but he's still playing. Like he's in retirement, but he's still playing. I ain't gonna lie, that's insane.
I really think coverage scheme is getting them. Like when we played the Packers last week, it was a lot of motion and they were on a lot of man. It's not gonna help when you're trailing, you're in motion, you're trailing, and they're running. It won't gonna work. I wasn't a fan last year of the secondary play.
Tucker Kraft had like 150. I'm getting Brock Bowers on a bad knee gonna have 120.
I think they'll be better. I think they'll be ready to play this week. I don't think we'll see the same coverage scheme wise we saw last week against the Packers. So we'll see. I'm hopeful because at the end of the day, we're just the better team, truthfully. So the better team needs to show up.
I'm not sure.
Even I'm definitely sure.
With Jaden not there, I'm not sure that y'all are the better team.
I don't give a damn who they put out quarterback this week. We're gonna win this game. Listen, though.
All right.
But no, on a serious note, though, it's not gonna be an easy game because, like you say, there's a lot of things not going in our favor. But I think they're gonna be prepared this week, and they'll get back to how they want to play football, like they did against the Giants. So I think we'll see a better product from the Commanders than we saw on Thursday Night Football, and I'm convinced with that we'll get the win. We'll get the win this week, and then we can talk about the future games depending on how many Daniels end up missing.
All right, if you say so. Atlanta at Carolina. Give me Atlanta, bro. Carolina's some.
Give me Carolina.
Bro, give me.
They're not gonna win, but I
need Bryce. Did you just say give me Carolina?
For
Did you just say give me Carolina?
For sure. It's not because I think they're gonna win.
Do you have wait? Do you have like some type of connection to Carolina or like?
No. Like, I want Bryce to be successful. That's literally it.
Why? What do that even mean? I want Bryce to be successful. You don't know that, man.
I don't. But I think he got a bad rap his rookie year. So now I feel like he needs to prove to everybody he can play the position.
Things just
the Falcons still probably win. I don't think that means nothing. But Tet might have a big day if Terrell's not playing. So in that, I wouldn't be surprised if Carolina could pull it off. I'm gonna roll with Carolina. We don't even discuss.
We
I
don't
feel
like
you.
Pop. What
I feel you.
Pop? What is he talking about?
I didn't say I thought Carolina was the better team. I just said I want Bryce to be successful, so I'm rooting for the Panthers.
All
It's
right,
as
whatever,
simple
dude.
as that. But
Houston,
Bijan probably
Jacksonville.
have.
Wait. No, we're done. You're done. Give me Atlanta. We're getting out of there. We're about to be at an hour and a half.
For sure.
Houston at Jacksonville.
Houston get their first win a week. Get their first win this week.
Got it. Yeah, I'm the same exact way. Houston finds a way to get back on track. I'm not a sunshine believer. Everything is dark over there with him. Actually, it's not sunshine. It's not sunshine. Panthers need a run game before they can even compete. Actually, I think their run game isn't the problem. Is it? Is it really? Is their run game really the problem? I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure. I think that with Chuba Hubbard is nice. He's decent. Well, yeah, the offensive line might be the problem, but the running backs they got are decent. Houston at Jacksonville, Houston at Jacksonville. Give me Houston. CJ finds a way to get it done this week. Yeah. Yo.
Oh, Houston, Atlanta.
Oh no, Houston, Jacksonville.
Yeah, you're right. My fault. Houston. I just said Houston. I'm rolling with them. They get back on track.
All right, bet. Denver. Oh, Denver at Los Angeles.
I'm going with the Chargers.
You're disgusting. You're bad.
You believe in Bo Nix more than you believe in Justin Herbert?
I'm not a Justin Herbert believer. I'm not a Justin Herbert believer. I believe in
Bo Nix believer. So I don't like Justin Herbert like that neither. But I'm definitely not a Bo Nix believer. So
I don't like how they be trying to compare Justin Herbert to my guy. I don't like how they be trying to do that to him. I don't like that.
What guy is this?
Dak Prescott. They be trying. Have you ever noticed that though? That every talking point for Justin Herbert for the first few years of his career was like Dak Prescott. It was like he's better than Dak though. Like what do that even mean? Why are you even talking about them in the same city? Why is that the talking point for them? I don't understand. I don't understand why the talking point is always Dak Prescott. It's always Dak Prescott. Anyways, give me Bo Nix, man. Give me Bo Nix. Give me Sean Payton and Bo Nix to walk into Los Angeles, walk in a trap, and take over their trap. Yes, sir. All right, New Orleans at Seattle. Give me Seattle. Give me Seattle. New Orleans is horrible, dog. They're horrible. I don't know what's up with them. Dallas at Chicago. Give me Dallas. This is not because I'm a Cowboys fan. Chicago's just bad. They're bad. Caleb is bad. Caleb got the same nail tech as Andrew Reese. Cowboys 42-39. There it is. Our defense is horrible. This may be the game that Caleb Williams finds a way to get it done. Huh?
Yeah, at home?
No, we're in Chicago. We're in Chicago. Really?
Y'all should win. But I think the Bears being at home and Ben Johnson's kind of been digging into the team. I think they'll show out this week and be better. It's really the defense. I don't even think the offense.
Are you doing this because I picked Vegas? I feel like you're doing this because I picked Vegas.
Not at all.
You're doing this because I picked Vegas, aren't you?
I don't think the Bears is as bad as people think. Like last week went good because it was too much going on. Ben Johnson went back home to the Lions. The Lions, you seen what St. Brown has said, F. Ben Johnson, all that kind of stuff. They knew what they was doing. They wanted to put a whipping on them. I think that's going to put Ben Johnson in a different mode, and I think the Bears want to be looking for some respect this week, and I think what better chance to do it than against the Cowboys.
Dak might throw for 500.
Damn, I ain't know that. Yeah, Dak might throw for 500. I don't even know. I don't know. Well, yeah, 400. 400, 3 touchdowns probably.
Yeah, we'll be okay. Rome will score though. Rome will probably score. I might take a Rome tud. Hell, I might and I don't know why I would if you bet like I don't advise that you do this, but on a no sweat, I might take a DeAndre Swift touchdown too. I might. I don't. Why not? Why not? Why not? And I might take Caleb for about 25 rushing yards to get out the pocket on us.
They probably
Yeah.
will.
I'm gonna come back to it, Rye. I'm gonna come back to it, Rye. Last two, Arizona at San Francisco.
Give me Arizona.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt me to it's gonna hurt me to say this because I'm not a Kyler Murray guy at all. Give me Arizona. I'm not a Mac Jones believer. As much as I'm not a Kyler Murray guy, I'm not a Mac Jones believer. Actually,
It's a winnable game for San Fran. Don't get me wrong.
And they're at home. That's the other thing. Oh, Purdy playing? Purdy playing? I'm tripping.
If Purdy playing,
Purdy playing, give me San Fran. That's it. Purdy playing, give me San Fran. I'm sorry. My bad, yeah. Bad intel for me. Kansas City, New York. Give me New York. Nah, I'm playing. Oh, give me Kansas City. Kansas City gets back in the win column this week at New York. Only one Murray good this season because he's my fantasy QB. That's crazy. Yeah. No, Kansas City at New York Giants. Give me Kansas. Yeah, give me Kansas. I hate that the NFL did this because I know why they did this, and they thought this was gonna be a great week 3 Monday night game. Detroit at Baltimore. Give me Detroit the dog walk 'em. Wait, no, give me Baltimore. Yeah, give me Baltimore the dog walk 'em. At Baltimore at home. Yeah,
it's gonna be a high scoring game probably.
I don't know. I'm still not a believer. In Detroit, bro. I understand they looked like they had bounced back or whatever, but they only played the Bears, bro. They only played the Bears. They was only playing the Bears, and they had a real reason to get up for that game. What is their real reason to get up against the Ravens? They don't have no reason to do that. They had a reason to get up to play against Ben Johnson. Give me the Ravens. Give me crab cakes for everyone is crazy. Crab cakes for everyone is insane. Yeah, give me the Ravens in a blowout, dog. They're I don't know if it's gonna be high scoring. Hell, maybe high scoring for the Ravens.
I'm with you, right? I think it'd be a high scoring game. I don't think Baltimore.
If it is, I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm not like I'm just not a Detroit believer, bro. Not yet. Lions scored 6 points last time with the roster they're cooked. Hey, that may be it. Bet. Let me scroll up, y'all. We're an hour and a half in. We about to get out of here, but let's get these props going right quick. The first one that had came through, Drake May, under 33.5 pass attempts. They playing Pittsburgh. Yeah. That might be a slow game, honestly. I like that. Drake May under 33.5 pass attempts. Where is it good at? FanDuel 130, 32.5 at DK. Does he get the 33 pass attempts?
If they start losing early, he will. Like
but I don't think it'll be a blowout though. Like I don't think it's gonna be no shootout. You think it's gonna be like a shootout?
Nah, they not a high scoring game.
They playing Pittsburgh, right? They playing Pittsburgh.
If they can run the football efficiently.
Let me see. Let's see what he's thrown in the past couple games. Yeah, I'm definitely taking the under against Miami. When they played Miami and they won 33-27, he only threw the ball 23 times. Now, on the flip side of that, in week 1, they played against Vegas and they lost 20-13, and he threw that joint 46 times. I don't know. I still like the under. I definitely like the under.
I think
Rye said I like that we're establishing the run. Rye, you would take the under on that? These were my peoples. They print me money. Yeah. Rye, you like the under on that 33.5 from Drake May? Baltimore defense not defensing yet. It's crazy. All right, bet. Let's get back to it. This was Rise five touchdown plays. Jonathan Taylor, Saquon, Derrick Henry, Javonte Williams, Drake London TDs. Take it to the bank. I like that one. Pop, screenshot that. Or something. Like write it down. Something. We might have to, take a picture, screenshot it, write it down, have Ma write it down. What that dude did on the jail cup? He said, hey, you not writing fast enough. Hey, he was running them plays. All right. DeAndre Swift under 14.5 rush attempts. I don't know, Pop. I don't know. What has he been running? Let's go look at the stats on it. What has he been running? Where we at? Chicago. Stats. DeAndre Swift. Under 14.5, they said.
Yeah.
He got 17. He got 17 in week 1 against Minnesota and 12 in week 2 against Detroit. Oh no, he got the 12 in week 2 against Detroit, and they was down 30. That makes it tough for me. That makes it tough. I don't know. I kind of like that one. Cowboys run defense been sneaky good. Yeah, it has. But if it's a close game like y'all think it will be, they're gonna keep handing it to them on first down. I think that's the only problem I have with it. Quinshawn under 11.5. Yeah, I don't. Has he really been? Has he really been toting for real? Has he been toting the rock? It's his first one.
Yeah, I think this week is.
Yeah, I didn't think he was playing. Yeah, no, I'm definitely taking. No, I'm taking the under. They're playing Green Bay. I'm taking the under. They're not gonna have. Yeah, they're not gonna be able to. Yeah, they're not gonna be able to run the ball.
They is playing Green Bay. That's over with.
Rod said Rams money line. Actually, we might have been talking picks at this time. I don't know if he was saying Rams money line. I think he was just picking his pick. Tyler Warren over 47.5. Indianapolis is playing Tennessee. Yeah, I love that. Actually, that's gonna be a hell of a play. That's gonna cash. Josh Jacobs, honorable mention TD from my list. Yeah. I don't see why he wouldn't score against Cleveland. I don't see why not. Josh Jacobs might be like one of the best coin respecters in the league right now, bro. Josh Jacobs respects my coin at an insane rate. He respects my money. Javonte Williams, anytime TD. Love that one. Love that. We're definitely gonna hand that joint off to Javonte to get in the zone. Yeah. All right, y'all. We made it to hour and 37 minutes. Hour 38. We on the way out. Appreciate everybody for rocking with us on this Friday night, man. Friday night game, recognized game. Episode 2.
Hope you're enjoying the pod.
Hope you enjoy it. We're gonna be back again next week. Come like Wednesday, probably. Come Wednesday. We'll get these clips out. We might have to go earlier than that. That just seems wild.
We can work out the logistics.
Yeah, we can work it out. We'll talk about it. Yeah, episode 2, man. Appreciate everybody for joining. Appreciate everybody for showing love. Good show. Appreciate you for showing love, Rye. Rob, my boy, thank you for sticking with us for an hour and 40 minutes, man. That's love.
Yeah, that's love. Everybody that stayed, that's love. So I appreciate y'all for sure.
That's real love. Ryan the A, bro. Ryan in Atlanta right now. It's Friday night in Atlanta. I know he having motion. He stuck with it. He stuck it out with us. I appreciate that, my boy. For sure, Ski. Pop, appreciate you. I'm about to come downstairs and eat. All right, man. Y'all be good.
All right.
We getting up out of here. Appreciate y'all for joining. GRG, Game Recognized Game. We out.
For sure.